Welcome to Aaron Plays. In this episode we'll be doing turn 11 for the French. Effectively the penultimate turn. So, still a lot to do, still a lot to achieve, but the routing of the Austrian cavalry over here at the end of last turn by the gun batteries has definitely eased the situation that I was under, with the clarification of the victory conditions regarding this stream here. So 2 turns. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is army morale levels. The French are at 28 losses now, same amount demoralised, so they are at 33, and the coalition, I've lost track, but they're way over. The last time 102, they had 2 more units to rout off, 3 more units to rout off, so that number is way over. So they're going to be under demoralisation levels. After that, we have command status. Okay, so let's bring the camera up. We have Napoleon, who's here. So Friant is in command. MacDonald is in command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Victor is in command. The rest are not. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, we've been doing this slightly wrong, so I can now roll under the personal initiatives of these leaders. So, Marmont, he's got an initiative of 3. So 3, 4, 5, 3 or less, he can move at half his movement rate. 5. So he cannot move. So I'm going to denote this by keeping them on their initiative side to show that they've failed. Then we have Sebastian. His initiative is a 4. He's fine, so he can move. So I'll put him back onto his activated side. That's what I'm going to call it from now. And Nansalti, well, he's got an initiative of 5. And that's a 3, so yeah, they're fine. And then Drouot, the artillery commander, he's got an initiative of 3. Two, yeah, he's in command. You can activate. Now, all these ones that are out of command, and technically are out of command of Napoleon, I'm going to put over here a marker. They can only move at half their movement rate, whereas Friant, MacDonald can move at their full movement rate. Okay, cavalry charge phase. I've just had a quick peek at this stack here, and it's actually overstacked. There's actually 8 steps of cavalry in there. The lead unit number 9 has only got 1 step, so that'll leave 7 in the front, and that 1 step will go behind. I'm actually going to put it to the side there, give them a little bit more options. Okay, so cavalry charge step. Do I actually want to charge? Because then you can counter charge. Or do I want to do this with the artillery? I actually like to do it with a bit of a combination. So let me check the strength of these 2 units here. Okay, as Nansalti the French Guard cavalry commander is working on his own initiative, he can move. Therefore, the cavalry here can actually charge. If Nancelti had failed his check, these cavalry could not move beyond 6 from him, but he's passed. So I'm going to declare a charge with those 2 cavalry units. And they're going to go 1, 2 at that point there. Now, Mr. Spallini can countercharge. So let's see if they do. So their morale printed on the counter is an 8. Spallini makes 9. They are demoralised. Is an 8. The top unit, see his losses. That's unit number 7. Yeah, that's fine. So they, well, 9 becomes an 8. 8 or less, and they will countercharge. And they do. One. Okay, so the melee is fought straight away. Okay, so working out the strengths of these cavalry. So the lead unit here has got 4 steps, so it's 5 multiplied by 4, as shown on the counter. Its combat melee value is 5. And there's 4 steps. Checked for losses, there are no losses. So that's combat value of 20. The other guy has got a step loss, and he's 5 times 2 is 10. So the combined is 30. My French guys have got, on this lead unit, 7 by 4 is 28. And the other unit has got 1 step loss, so it's 7 by 2, 14, for a total of 42. So the counter charge is coming in at 1 to 2. Mr. Spallini giving them a +1 on the dice. Five becomes a 6. Couldn't get any better. Right, that's a 0, 0 with a little star on my 0, because the first result is for the attacker. The second result is for the defender. In this situation, I'm classed as a defender. I've got to take a morale check on my cavalry. Now, their printed morale is 11. However, Nancelti is fatigued. So it takes their morale to 10. Okay, and that's where it ends. Brief clash of swords there, and both cavalry. What actually happens at that point? Okay, just checked on the rules on this. So my charge is finished here. Okay, and I revert to column, but I'm available to charge next turn if so wish. And my front must consist of the 2 hexes of the front line, from the line. So the line was like that, so my front is that, so at least 2 of those are corresponding. And their charge is over. There was no losses. And what that does mean, we both revert to column, this cavalry unit there can countercharge still again, throughout the turn to any other new sequences. Countercharging does not limit the amount of times you actually do it, even though there was a melee. So any further movement that I do in this area could produce more countercharges, which is interesting. Okay. I have this cavalry unit over here would also declare a charge. Actually, I better check his strength before I blazingly use do that. It's unit number 11, making sure that it actually has the strength to... He's got 2 steps remaining. Okay. So here we'll go 1. 2, 3. Now this is a line cavalry unit, and therefore its counter-charge zone is literally adjacent. So I'm going to go into there and let them now make a counter-charge declaration. Their morale is 8. They've got Fresnel 9, demoralised 8. Yep, they're fine. Okay. Right, so they are a line cavalry versus a light cavalry unit. That gives them an actual slight bonus. Line cavalry, they receive a +1 die roll modifier in melee against light cavalry. Okay. However, there is only 1 step of them. Unit number 9. Yeah, there's only 1 step of them. I've got 2 steps. So they're again attacking. So it's the printed unit has got 5 with a 3, 5 with a 1, so it's got melee value of 5. I've got 7 to 14. The lowest is 1 to 2. Fresnel's giving them a +1, and line cavalry versus light cavalry is giving them a +1. So net +2 at 1 to 2. Okay, it's 1 step each lost, and I am taking a morale check. Because that's as high as it can go, is the 7 on the 1 to 2. The 1 step actually eliminates them, so in their death throes, and on my guard cavalry, I've got to take a morale check. Their morale again is 11, fatigued 10. They disorder, they didn't like it. They didn't like these Austrians fighting to the last man, as it were. So, yeah, they disorder back. Fresnel and Mr. Replacement again, now going to stack with Mr. Spallini. This cavalry unit is eliminated, and my guy's disorder. 1, 2. The Imperial Guard cavalry. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, so we're in turn 11, so they get... Yeah, they get an 11 marker on them. Okay, I'll just record that step loss. So the question is, any more cavalry charges? Not on this section of the board. So, with the camera, over here, we have Napoleon stacked with 2 French cavalry here. That is he is in personal command of. Now, should we try and get these infantry back into square, or can my cavalry get round the back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I get my cavalry adjacent to the disordered unit, no, they're not going to be able to make it in distance. So let's declare it. These two cavalry units declare a charge. One to there, and then these guys can try and form square. Okay, so their printed morale is 8. Becker's makes them 9. They are unit number 28. Check their losses. They're fine. So I said printed morale is 8. Becker's makes 9. Demoralise puts them back onto 8. Fatigued is 7. 7 to form square. They form square. Well done. Again, it's a formation change which does not prompt opportunity fire. 2. At which point this unit can see me and they will attempt to form square as well. Their morale, the morale of the infantry is 8. Hanau makes them up to 10. That's unit number 32. No losses. 10. Demoralised and fatigued. 8. They form square as well. Definitely good rear arc guard actions at that point. Okay, so my cavalry has so far gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want them to go any further? They've done the job. I don't really want them charging into the squares, so I will voluntarily disorder them at that point. So we are in turn 11, so they will get a 10 marker under them when you voluntary disorder, and then they fall back 2 hexes. Job done. However, that does mean they probably will have no further effect in the battle. Okay, so that's the end of the charge phase. Movement phase. Okay, I'm going to start movement on this side, down here. What I want to do is get into amongst this lot. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this unit here, I'm going to send down into here. So as he moves from there, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd rather be into fire. What do I want? So the question is, do I want to shock these guys, melee them, or do I want to fire at them? I think I want to melee them. So I'm allowed a free facing change. Then go to there for 1, free facing change. That means they get a shot at them and need a 6 to hit. Okay, that's my guard unit number 1. That's actually their first loss. Their morale printed is 11. However, they are extremely fatigued. They're down 2 for that. That takes them down to a 9. Phew. They can push on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The aim here is to engage one of these guys, hopefully rout it, and then that will just cause that whole lot just to run off the board. And the rest is, I don't think, do I want to go into order mixed? So yeah, let's go into order mixed. Fine, leading that. Okay. So defensive fire here. Sorry, no opportunity fires. They could have, during their movement, deployed some voltigeurs. No. No, we'll leave that as is. Okay. Right. Moving elsewhere. Okay. We have a disordered unit here, which I won't bother to move. And we've got some of Marmont's boys still coming in along the road here. Okay, we've got a new one coming in, so he'll get to where that one is. This one will get to where that one is. And the next one will move to where Marmont is. Now, Marmont himself cannot move because he failed his initiative, but the unit stacked with him can move anywhere up to 6 hexes of him. Now, I'm not going to move him yet because I want to get him into the town of Hanau. However, there's a lot happening in and around Hanau, so we'll wait for that particular endeavour. Okay, McDonald's boys. Now, I want to get them into the town as well. That's these chaps here. Now, going into, so if they went 1, 2, 3 into the town through the gate, there's no effect. So they're not crossing the wall, they're just going through the gate. That's only 1, so they can get in there quite successfully. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With McDonald. The artillery battery can go 1, 2, 3, unlimber. Moving towards Duel. Now, difficult terrain for artillery is 2. 2, 5, 3, 4 to unlimber. I don't think we need that carry there now. Okay, this battery here. Let's bring that camera. also go 2 unlimber. Okay. I just remembered I did have some more cavalry charges to do, but I will do that at the end of the video because they're involving these guys right to the north of the map. So I'll do that at the end of the movement phase because they have no effect on what else is happening here. Okay, so the 2 horse batteries. Now what I want to avoid is getting, because this cavalry can countercharge if I move there. They can move 1 hex. So I don't want my artillery batteries to go anywhere where I'm now placing a red dice to the front. But if I can bring them to this side, they can't because they can only countercharge to their front. So not wanting to go in that hex. Remembering cavalry and artillery can't stack, so I can't go through this hex. Now, these are both horse batteries. They've got 8 movement points. So it costs 2 movement points to limber and 2 movement points to unlimber. So I've got 4 movement potential. 2, 3, 4. So let's do that. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, unlimber, 7, 8. And this other battery, I'm literally just going to move. We've got a foot battery here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Unlimber. Almost feels like that scene at in the movie, the Battle of Waterloo, where the guard square suddenly gets revealed in front of all the enemy artillery. But needs must. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. Do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Okay. Let's bring a bit more cavalry into the scene. Plonk it there. Now Nancelti can move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I move up to half his movement? That's fine. And Sebastiani can move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This infantry is going to fall back 2 hexes towards its lines of communication. And you can't see that. And then this cavalry comes across. 1 for a facing change, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10. That's out of the commander's range. No, we'll move that back. We don't want it to be out of the commander's range, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's fine. Drill move to there. That means one infantry unit. Now go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a gate there? There isn't. 5. Let's look at that again. Free facing change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crossing the wall. It's +2 for infantry. You can go into there. That's just a town, so that's 5. Facing change. Okay, he won't be able to get into the assault this turn. Do I really need him? I think the answer is no. So I won't actually do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still within command range of Marmont, who hasn't actually moved. And the Emperor. He'll move. Well, what's France? Initiative. France initiative is 5. I think we can leave him to mop up over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think that will conclude. Oh, post charge is removed. I'll move these disordered cavalry actually 2 back out of the woods. Right, so that actually concludes the movement. Now this situation. Okay. So both my units can charge here. Unit 21 and 14. Just checking 14. 21, both full strength. Now the question is, if I charge these guys in the woods, I'll be fighting, if the fight is in the woods, at combat value will drop to 1, but those guys defending combat value drops to 1. How many of them are there? There are 3. There are 6 steps, whereas I've only got 4. 4 steps. It's not really conducive to me actually going in there, because I'll be actually at 1 to 2. Oh, wait a minute, I will be on my charge side. Yeah, but my 7 still goes down to 1 because it's charging into woods, so that doesn't help. So if I need infantry to clear them out of the way, or guns, because cavalry ain't doing it. So let me have a rethink about that unit of Marmonts that I moved. Because I'm not going to charge there. That would be foolish. Now I've actually had a more detailed look of it. So going back on this unit I moved here, who came from here, I actually think I might take him north. Now will he actually get there? 1 facing change, 1, 2 for the stream, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He might do. So let's do that then. Nothing to make a facing change. 1, 2 to cross the stream. 3, 4, 5, 6. I've also got so you missed that on camera. 1, 2 to cross the stream. 3, 4, 5, 6. And my guard artillery, sorry, this artillery unit here hasn't moved. 1 across the stream, I think it's +2, +3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think he'll get there. So my infantry unit will try and do it with fire. What else can he do at this point? Not a lot. Okay, let's sort of try and limit where he can go. So I can counter charge if he tries to come out of the woods there. But I don't think the infantry are going to be well, they might get one shot on them. Oh, that's last turn events if it occurs. So that's the end of the French movement phase. Defensive fire. There's not going to be much, mainly on the other flank, so let's bring the camera over. Okay, so we're looking at these two squares. They can have a 6 at each, or they can get a 5 or 6 on the one unit. More chance of a 6 on each. So 6 on that one. No. And on the other one. No. And then they've got 2 disordered units here, both with a fire value of 1 onto the guard unit. That's 2. No. Okay. The unit in the town hasn't got enough firepower to cause a hit, so we go into offensive fire. Alright, so this unit here, fire on here. So again, it's only got a fire value of 1, so it's a 6 required. Nope. Now, here, this is in order mix, so it's got fire value of 4. Into the square. 4 with a 4 should be a step loss. It is. 4 with a 4 onto unit. There's a good point, there's a gun battery there. They would have fallen but into the square for protection. Right, so did all that to lift up and have a look. Unit 32. That's actually their first step loss. Big line battalion, regiment. Okay, so they've got to take a morale check for the step loss. Their printed morale is 8. Hanau makes them 10. They are demoralised and they're fatigued. Back to an 8. They stand. Okay, the next shot here, 4 into this other square. 4 with a 2. I think it's a miss. Yes, indeed, it's a miss. Okay. I'm going to stay on this side, so that is the offensive fire. Into melee phase. Right, so this unit here will attack here. So that's my unit number 1, which now has got a step loss. So it's 4 steps. As they are in column and they're doing an attack, that 4 becomes a 5. 5 times by, there's only 4 steps, that's 20. This unit is disordered, unit number 30. It's got 2 steps remaining. So it's 2 by 2 is 4. Which is 4 to 1, and then it's actually half because they are disordered. 4 to 1. Every time I roll for Bataille, roll a 1. There we go. Okay. 4 to 1 with a 1 is, in fact, there's no other modifier. No, that's 1 star 1. So both units take a step loss. So they are fighting to the last man, these Austrians. Okay. Okay, that's their morale. So they've got to take a morale check. It's one star. So I've taken a loss here. They've taken a loss. Now they've got to do a morale check. Okay. Their printed morale is 9. It's a good unit. However, there's only 1 step. They've taken 2 shades into the grey. So let's go through this. So their morale is 9. Disordered takes them to 7. Fatigue takes them to 6. Demoralised 5. And then they've got 2 shades of grey. 3. Let me just go through that again. 9. Printed morale. Disorganised. That takes them down by 2. So that's 7. Demoralised. The army demoralisation. 6. Fatigue. 5. And then they've got 2 shade of grey boxes. That's a 3. A 3 to stand. They already disorganised, so they rout. With their rout, they've got 2, 3, 4. They will cause all envoys to rout 2. So all these now come off board. I'll work all that out later. And my unit can advance. Doesn't have to, he'll stay there. Okay. We're going to send everybody here into this square. Now squares defend at half, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yes, they defend at half. So there are unit 32. They've got 5 steps. So 2 times 5 is 10, halved to 5. Here we have my unit 3. It's got 3 steps. 3 times 4 is 12. And then this one, which is in column, 3 becomes a 4. 4, that's unit 6. There's only got 1 step. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 12 is 16. And then this unit as well, that's my unit 5. That's got 2 steps. So 2 by 3, so that's 6. So 14, 20. 5, 4 to 1. With a -1 for Hanau, with a +2 for France, so net +1. 4 to 1 with a net +1. 5. Finally, something better than a 1 in melee. 0D1. Okay, so no losses on me. Step loss. One of them. And a D result, so they're demoralised. So So they fall back 2 hexes. The guns are going to be removed. 1, 2. We're in turn 11. So yeah, 1 on them. The guns are removed because I'm walking into the hex. Okay, so that is the up to the melee finished on this side of the board. Now going over to the other. There pretty much wasn't any defensive fire over here. Though this unit could, well, it only has a fire value of 1 and firing into towns makes that a 0. And I've got the same problem. No, there's no fire strength on these guys. However, my skirmishers can. So they need a 6. No, they're all 3. Okay. Then we've got some artillery here, firing into here. 1, 2, 3. So it's 5 is 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm actually going to add this battery. 7, 6, 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. With a 1. So morale check. Their morale is 8. With a few modifiers, they're demoralised and disorganised. That drops it to 5. They now rout. They can't cross the bridge, so they'll probably route this way. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4 moving points. 4 to there. Then these 2 batteries on this infantry unit, 7, 6 plus 5, 4 is 10. So the highest this chart goes is 7. With the 3, that's 1 step loss in unit 27. That's his actual first loss. Their morale, unfortunately printed, is 6. They need a snake eyes. Or a neo, damn it. They roll an 8. So they route 2. Because they can't cross the bridge. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be putting higher markers on those. I should actually just routed. It's turn 10. No, it's turn 11. Plus it's 13 they should actually have on them. Because you go 2 higher than the current turn for routers. So they've actually got a 3 for 13. Which is beyond the game. They're not coming back. Okay, and my last shot, and probably the most important one, are these 2 batteries at this cavalry. So it's 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4. So it's 5 value of 8. Oh, that is 3 step losses. Boom, boom, boom. There's potential leader losses as well. Oh dear. Absolute slaughter. Unit 7 has got 2 steps, so they evaporate. Unit 4. That's their first step loss. Okay. Their morale. Well, I think I've got to check for leader loss first. Because more than 2 steps was actually inflicting the hits. A leader can be eliminated if the leader is stacked with a unit that loses 2 or 3 steps in a single fire attack. Roll another single dice check for casualty. 6 eliminates the leader. So there are 3 leaders in there. So Spallini. Oh, this is off camera. Hold on, I haven't revealed the cup. He's fine. Fresnel. He's fine. And Mr. Ripple. Racing. He's fine. Okay, so they dodged the bullet. Right, so back to what's going on here. Yeah. Their morale is 8, printed. The generals give them 1, which is 9. Now they are demoralised, 8, and fatigued, 7. They took it. That was a nasty shot. 3 steps in one go. Very well, it's going to be a 6 on the highest column. So that is offensive fire. Melees. Just the town. Okay, so this unit in here, unit 17, I think it's got 2 steps. Alright, so 2 by 2 is 4. You don't get any bonus for defending in a town. I think I get detriments. So Hanau, yeah, I'm going to be on -1s to my value. So he's on 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, now I've got MacDonald coming in with this unit, which is number 29. 29. That's got 2 steps. Okay, and it's minus, so it's 1 times 2 is 2. I thought we had a bit more than that. Okay, and Victor's got 1 step as well. Unit 31. That's got 1 step. So 2 times 1 is 2. Right, there's 2 steps here. 2 times 2 is 4. Yeah, so I got 6 to 4, which is 3 to 2. Verda gives me -1. MacDonald gives +1. So, and Victor gives +1. So overall, no modifier. So it's 3 to 2. With no modifier. With a 5. 0D. Couldn't have asked for better. They fall out. 1, 2, disorganised. 10, 11. So we need number 1. And the town is cleared. Okay. So that's the only melee over here. Over to the rally phase. So we're in turn 11, so I can actually start rallying this cavalry. So morale is 9, disordered is 7, Fatigued 6. Top unit, no. Middle unit, no. And the last unit, no, none of them recover. Okay, so they've all got to fall back towards the line of communications, 2 hexes. So put some there. Maybe San Sebastiani can have a little chat with them. Okay, flip Marmol back over to his proper side. Okay, this unit's got a 10, so he can't rally yet. No. The guy in the woods over here needs, well, let's worry about him if he's even close. 6. Alright, might be close. He's pretty around his 8. I think he's taken quite a few losses. He has, so he ain't coming back. He goes 2 further towards the line of communication. Okay, so that's the end of the rally phase. It's just fatigue to add. Fremont adds a fatigue. In fact, adds 2 fatigue. 1 for the movement and 1 for the lay. He actually goes up to 13. Running out of blue dice. In fact, I have run out of blue dice. Oh, I have to use a green one next to him then. I actually got 1 here. So there we go. 13 fatigue. Ouch. Victor and MacDonald each accumulate. Well, MacDonald accumulates 2 because he meleeed, and Victor accumulates 1. Because he only meleeed. Marmon's troops gain 1 because they moved quite over their half their movement distance. The Guard cavalry gain 2 because they meleeed and they moved more than half the distance. That's in the Celti, so it goes on to 7. So I've been really pushing these French, and Sebastiani's goes up by 2 as well for the same reason. Yes. Well, that's the end of the French 11 AM turn. If you like what you're watching, please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please do so, because it all helps the channel and my exposure to other gamers. But most importantly, any comments will be much appreciated. Until next time, bye!